Aloha!
Aloha!
And welcome to Wisdom Dialogues with Hope Johnson, coming to you from Upper Kapoho on the beautiful big island of Hawaii. What it comes down to is what it's for. What it's for. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. What is it for? Is it for condemning? Getting my way? Knowing what's right? Or is it for healing? It could be the worst thing in the world, the worst thing you can think about, but it's all the same. Different ideas are formed into these scary scenarios in the world just so you can let some healing happen. But no one's touched by any of it. No one's harmed by any of it. And everyone's already healed, really. That's a funny thing. It's like it already occurred. Like that's why the outcome is totally certain. Like it already occurred. It's just a matter of like waking up from the dream. The healing was instantaneous. You can say it was instantaneous. As soon as you thought you separated yourself, it's like it's known that you didn't. It's already known in the mind that you didn't. But there's this sense after identifying with the ego, after identifying as an ego, that your life is as an ego. That's not your life. This isn't life. Dream is not life. It's not the same. And the ego has tricked the mind into thinking that there's nothing beyond this quote unquote life. You're just gonna cease to exist. Or the other one, you're gonna just keep on reincarnating forever. Aunt's face, like that sounds shitty. You know? How much more times can we go around the shit show? Where nothing is happening. And it's already been played millions of times. It's already been played out. We've already played this. That's why, it's done, because it's already been played out enough times. It's just like there's this identification with the ego and this fear of dying. And it's like it's like this deep fear of just not existing. I'm not existing as in you don't exist like that. You just totally don't exist like that. The ego doesn't want to see itself as meaningless. And as an ego, when you're identified with the ego, it's as an ego. You're as an ego, okay? And we're all identified with the ego. Otherwise, we wouldn't be a body thing going on here, okay? Where it's like, it seems like you actually have a body, right? So we're all identified as an ego, and that's why we can uphold a body. So as we're identified as an ego, it's very fearful to see that we are meaningless. As we know ourselves, we're completely meaningless. This is not the way we are known in the mind, in the pure mind. You can say in the mind of God, this is not the way we're known. The way we made ourselves up, it's as if we can create ourselves. We cannot create ourselves. We're not capable of that. But we have a dream that we create ourselves, and the dream is based on guilt, so that self you create also gets destroyed. But first, it gets sick, it endures pain, it endures conflict. It's all punishment. And the ego's been talking to this confused aspect of the mind that thinks it separated itself and going, oh no, it's so beautiful. Oh no, look, it's so beautiful. Look, there's a flower over there. Don't you want to keep it? Look, all the beauty that you can perceive in it is from you, comes from you. If it didn't have any beauty, it would kind of be like committing suicide over and over again, probably. But all the beauty that you can perceive of it is your own beauty. And still, it pales into comparison to how you'll see yourself. See, even the beauty that you perceive, it's a perception. So it's like there's so much more to you. There's so much more to who you are. There's so much more to creating. And there's no creating here. This isn't creating. Dreaming isn't creating. Creating in creation lasts forever. It has no flaws. Flaws are all a matter of perception. So's death. Making things up.